So in all my loops, most of the time I do short hop air brakes, which is I just jump and then while I'm in there, I hit the brake and the diagonal and then repeat. And I heard the engine sound. You can tell your reserves by the engine sound. It definitely changes. That helps. That tells you when to hit a good boost. Because until you fire off the boost and time it, you don't get any bonus just being in the chain. You have to end the chain to get the bonus. So the jump was pretty big, so then I had to land the slide. And I shifted it over to stay in the same chain by holding the drift still, but going in the other direction. So like you let go for a second, and then you press it again. Because if you don't do that, like jumping and landing another one, you lose the amount of reserves that you are in the air. So yeah, basically, that's why people slide constantly, is because they're trying to keep their reserves up. But unless you're like changing the direction of your slide, you have a different boost increment gained, basically. Notice the meter, how every time I jump it changes. So if you were to, yeah. I used the impact boost there as well because that counts as a good boost at the one part where I didn't slide. And right here is the power of a U-turn. You can go pretty much circular, but you have to hold it on the ground, the brake and the diagonal, but you have to make sure that you're not only pressing left and brake because that kills it. And that burns reserves a lot, so that's why it's better to short hop air brake, but at the same time, a U-turn does give you a better angle. But yeah, main thing being there is that when you change your slide direction by just letting go of the drift button to start it, so like if you start off by pressing like the R1 or whatever, then you just like let go of it for a second, then you press the opposite directional, and then you'll just slide over. So yeah, that just makes it so like when you jump, you don't lose the time for jumping. You stay in the same chain. So in theory, like you can hit 6 or 9 boosts in one chain and not just 3. And there's less subtractions. That's the main thing. Like a perfect boost does give you a lot of slides, like a lot of reserves and stuff like that, but there's more subtractions in between it. So that's why hitting multiple perfects and then a good sometimes is more beneficial. And that's why when you're low on fire and you hear the engine noise change, you want to save it with a good boost or else the fire will go out. So like good, perfect is a very good way to save it after you've just driven straight for a little bit or fucked around with some air brakes or U-turns.